Right. Welcome everyone to another employer session for our Career Readiness Initiative. Tonight we have Lacey Garrison with City Year here to tell us about her program and some opportunities that are coming up really soon. Lacey?
Yeah, thank you both for having me. I'm a recruiter for City Year and I sit in Fayetteville, Arkansas. I help recruit for our Little Rock and Tulsa sites, but we're in 29 cities throughout the United States. So lots of Arkansas students want to go off somewhere else. So those are the only two sites that I help students with. Just today, a student wanted to go to Dallas, another one wanted to go to Kansas City. So I totally understand if you want to leave the state. I just moved here in July, so I'm really enjoying living over here. But I understand if you want to, go and spread your wings. So City Year is an Americorps program. So Americorps is basically the umbrella organization. It's a federally funded program. The government allocates dollars to certain nonprofits that are awarded money. So City Year is one of those organizations. So we have like a social justice education focus. So it's a 10-month program. We recruit 18 to 25-year-olds, and we recruit in that age range just because it's sort of our model is a near peer mentor. As we know, we like to listen to people that are younger than us or not that much older than us. So like I always like to give an example of like a lot of students, like their mom's like, oh, they won't listen to me, but they'll listen to you because you seem young and cool. So that's sort of why we recruit within that age range, just because students really look up to you and admire people of that age. I'm out of the age range, so but basically it's a 10-month program and students actually get to go into the schools. We're in third through ninth grade classrooms and they support students. So you're placed into a classroom with a teacher and you get to partner with that teacher all year long and build community within that school, that teacher and those students within that classroom. So as we all know, like building relationships is really important, especially in terms of mentorship. And so by building relationships with those students, you're able to help students succeed more than they would without you there. So we're predominantly in under-resourced classrooms. So neighborhoods that are students are living in poverty, students of color, they're more impacted by this. So we try to go into the schools that need us the most. So Americorps members work with students on academics, attendance, and behavior. So as we know, like as a student, there's more that comes with us other than the academic side. And so, there's so many things that students are going to come to school and talk to Americorps members about. And so the job of the Americorps member is really just to be there for that student throughout the whole year and help figure out how can I help this student be successful this year? How can I help them get on grade level with their peers? Um, it's a 10-month program, like I mentioned, and every 2 weeks you get a paycheck. So it's advertised as like a volunteer program just because Americorps is a volunteer program, but you get paid every 2 weeks. You get healthcare benefits if you need that as well. At the end of the 10 months, you get a $6,100 education award. I served for 2 years with an Americorps program, so I got $12,000 that I'm now using to pay off my undergraduate loans. And I got to get my master's tuition free from OU Tulsa just from serving as an Americorps member. So we have hundreds of scholarships across the U.S. for people who are interested in pursuing that secondary degree. It's a really great program for people who are thinking of medical school. I had a student today who's wanting to go to med school. And we have a lot of Corps members who do a year of service before going to med school just because you have 1,700 hours of volunteer hours on your resume. So that looks really good on a med school application or any application. So the careers after Americorps members work with us, there's so many different career paths that people go into. I could name tons, but a lot of students will go into the medical field, become teachers, law school, like me, who stayed into the education space. I knew I didn't want to be a teacher, but I still wanted to work for a nonprofit and figure out how to help students succeed. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I'm missing. I feel like that's kind of it in a nutshell. Our admissions process is you fill out an application. It takes about 30 minutes. Once you fill out an application, we have an interview over the phone. And then after the phone interview, you get a notification if you've been accepted to the program or not. And then it's up to you to accept the position or not, just like any other position. So Yeah, it's basically a year of service. We recruit from all different majors and backgrounds. It doesn't matter what your major is in. I personally studied religion and philosophy, and I was like, what am I going to do with my degree? I'm not sure, but I had heard of Americorps before. So I looked up Americorps programs in Tulsa, where I was from, and found the one that I served with. And I've just stayed in the nonprofit sector ever since. I kind of fell in love with the education nonprofit scene. So yeah.
You said that there was opportunity coming up in March.
Yeah, on March 5th, that's like our highest rate of submission for applications. So we have deadlines throughout the year for applications just to support like our admissions team and our site staff to know like how many Americorps members are accepted to their specific site. So March 5th is the month where like students are like, oh man, I need to figure out my plans after I graduate. So that's the day that we have the most applications submitted. So for a lot of students who there's a ranking system of where you want to serve. So by March 5th, I would say 99% of people who like pick their number one site get placed at that site. But after that deadline, so say Dallas was your number one choice, your opportunities start to lessen just because our sites start to fill up. So I always like to, this is kind of, it's a perfect time because career season starts is getting busy with students figuring out what they want to do next. So by March 5th, students typically submit an application by then.
Awesome. Is these positions full-time, like 40 hours a week, or?
Yeah, so great question. It's a lot of students are always asked too, like, is there internship opportunities or is it after school? So you're really there to support the students while they're there during the day. So it's like 40, usually sometimes more than 40 hours just because we do after school programming. So like at an elementary school, they start school pretty early. So you might get to work at 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. after the after school program is ended. So yeah, it's definitely a full-time position and it's whenever students are in session. So in the summertime, June, July, we're not in session. So our service typically begins the last 2 weeks of July and goes until May. And then whenever students are out on breaks and things like that, core members are off on some of those days, but then the other days we do a lot of professional development, like shadow days, informational interviews, resume building, that sort of thing.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Those great experiences we're trying to push in career services as well.
Yeah.
We heard from Americorps Vista on Monday or Tuesday. I'm sorry.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that was really neat. She mentioned the pay, I think, was like maybe 13,000 a year or something like that. Is it similar for city year?
Yeah, it depends on sorry, that was my dog. It depends on where you serve. The oh, sorry. It's like 660 is like the minimum like payment you would get, and then up to 900 is like the max. So depending on what city you're in, that's sort of how the pay goes.
And that's every 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm trying to think of what students would want to know.
Yeah.
Is there a place that they should go to start their application?
Yeah, cityyear.org/apply, and the application's on that website.
Okay, simple enough to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kyla, can you think of any questions I'm forgetting?
I can't. You said there's not really a major or anything like that. Do they need to be seniors, I suppose?
Yeah, so we like to try to talk to like sophomores, juniors, seniors just to figure out or to like keep our what's the word? Like each year, so we have students in our pipeline. So seniors, it's typically for seniors or people want to take a gap year. Like we had several students who like took a break because COVID hit. They went to serve in Little Rock, earned some money for school, and then are going to go back. So that's kind of how that could work too. But yeah, typically seniors, but I always like to talk to all majors just so people can get an idea of what's out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
They can take a break before that, or like you could be a junior and take a break and then go back to senior.
Totally.
Okay.
As long as you're 18 with a high school or GED.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
That'd be a good way to get your money ahead of time.
Totally. Yeah. So
College.
like high school seniors or people who are kind of non-traditional that want to earn money for school. We have core members that do that. Like I wish I would have done that in retrospect, but I didn't. I didn't know about it. So
Right, right. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I for some reason I thought it was seniors only once they graduate and then they take that year off and then go on to their career. But I just had that mistake. So I'm
Yeah, you
glad
can be, as long as you're 18 to 25 with a high school degree or GED, you can serve with us.
yeah.
And we don't have we can't sponsor international students at this time just because it's a federally funded program. So we always have international students that are super excited about our program, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, we can't like sponsor at this time.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I always like to have that plug too.
Yeah.
What are your typical fields of study what's the most fields of study that usually come to your program?
I would say we get a lot of psychology majors, psychology, sort of the humanities. Probably the most would be that, and then we get like pre-med, like the chemistry kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it'd be a great opportunity for our teachers or aspiring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
I was gonna ask, the educational benefit. The Vista program said that you can choose to get a stipend instead of the educational. Is that the same for City Gear?
No, so you get that paycheck every week, and then you get the ed award at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, so you get both.
Yeah, because she said I think like if you didn't need the educational money, they would pay you like a lump sum at the
Yeah, I'm sorry, someone's at my door, so I'm like, I know you're recording right now.
end.
Let me hold on. Hey, I'm so sorry. Come in. I'm on a call really quick, but you can come in. Oh, that's why my dog was barking. I'm so sorry. I was like, I think that we're getting off here, but
You're fine.
so sorry, students.
Yeah, that's all the questions that I can think of. City Gear sounds like fun. I was a teacher for 4 years, so
Yeah, it's a great
summer.
opportunity to like partner with teachers. I always say like, it's one teacher, 30 students in the class. Like the students or the teachers don't always get to have that individualized approach to each student. So having a partner in the classroom, like teachers are like, oh my gosh, I love having an extra set of hands. So we have a ton of core members who go on to be teachers after that, and sometimes at that school just because they're able to be part of that community. So
Oh, that's awesome. Then we'll definitely have to have you come back for our education.
yeah, thank you all so much for having me.
Yes, we're so excited to meet you.
Yeah, well, stay warm.
You too.
Bye.
Bye,
If you
Lacey.
know anything or want to get in touch with us, please let us know. And
Thank
if you've got
you.
if you want to post anything out on Handshake, please definitely do that. And some of those students may be following you and they'll see those jobs available.
Yeah, I would love that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Bye.